Hello, my name is Nobody, and I'm going to be casting this 2v2 rated game. We have some 1900 level players with us today. We'll have Wisepii in red and Avicci in green. In the right corner, we'll have Wisepii playing as the Celts. And on the bottom corner, we'll have Avicci playing as Mongols. In the left corner, we'll have Noisic playing as the Mongols. And in yellow, we'll have Whitecourt playing as the Celts. So we have a Celts-Mongols mirror matchup here. Two very strong civs. Pretty good early games for both these civs, and pretty good late games from these civs. Perhaps faltering a little bit in the Castle Age. So definitely expect to see this game go into the late game. We are playing on Ghost Lake. Ghost Lake, if you're not familiar with it, tons of ice in the middle. Nowhere basically for units to run, such as archers or anything. Plenty of sheep in the middle, a few relics. Very difficult to wall Ghost Lake because you can't wall on top of the ice. So some players might be at more disadvantage than others. And plenty of resources as well. So let's talk about the Celts-Mongols matchup here. Celts. Infantry moving faster means they have a very good drush. Lumberjacks working faster means they have a very good economy at every stage of the game. Siege weapons, they get 3 different siege bonuses here. Meaning basically they have the best siege in the game. Very useful later on in the game, as well as keeping them relevant in Castle Age. And then the Woad Warrior is going to be their unique unit. Very fast unique unit. Has some good damage to it. Has some good rating potential, as the name suggests. Also, their halbs are going to be pretty deadly as well. Could see maybe a halb or a halb siege combo. So that's the Celts. Let's take a look at the Mongols. I hope this is the Mongols. Mongols, Cavalry Archer Civilization. Cavalry Archers fire faster. We'll only see that on the Mangadai. The Mangadai are going to be the strongest unit in the game. Here coming from the castle. With an attack bonus versus siege. Light cavalry and scout bonuses. So scout rush definitely off on the cards, and of course they're all valuable hunter bonus here, meaning they can get up to the feudal age in a very good time. So both civs very strong early game. Very strong early game. Will falter in the feudal and perhaps castle age just a little bit. There are not too many bonuses going for them during those ages, and then pick up steam again in the castle age, where the Celts can either get Woad Raiders and really powerful siege, or late game where we can see some also pretty powerful siege from the Mongols, but more importantly their unique unit, the Mangadai. And this is a really good combo, I think, and hopefully we'll see some good mangonel shots either from the Celts or the Mongols player. Anyway, let's take a quick look at maps here. Avicci on this left side has a gold that's close to his town center, can wall in through here. I'm not too concerned about this gold as long as he does some smart walling. And he's starting to wall off on the front side, too. Lumber camp's a little bit far from the town center. I wonder why he chose that lumber camp. Stones are a bit exposed for him, which is not a concern early on, but might be a concern a little bit later on, as he's going to want to get his castles out. Thank you for the follow. Let's take a look at his direct opponent, which will be Noisic, the Mongols player. He's going to wall up pretty early here. He's got both of his gold secured at this point. His stone should also be secured, although it's a little hard to get saturation on it. This one looks a little bit nicer. And I wonder if Noisic's going to wall all the way through here. It's going to be quite a big wall, if he chooses to. Looks like Avicii has scouted this early wall. And I would suspect that Noisic will go for a fast castle here. Let's go over his point of view. Got plenty of food in the bank. We'll keep an eye, see if he goes for a scout rush or a fast castle. I would expect a fast castle. He actually hasn't found 2 sheep. That's kind of a big deal. Let's take a look at his ally, Whitecourt. Going for, it looks like a drush. He's got 4 villagers on wood and is going for 10 gold here. Here's his barracks. Celts drush very strong with the extra movement speed, and should gear him up for a fast castle off of that, if he doesn't go for a feudal rush. Green trying to pick off his villager here. No loom! Is he going to get it? I don't think he's going to get it, though. He's going to steal 2 sheep, though. Have I considered removing the snow? I actually like the way the snow looks. I may remove it in the future if I get more complaints about it. So everybody else, let me know how you like the snow or if you don't like the snow. But anyway, Whitecourt, he's securing up his map, should have secure resources. His stone's going to be a little bit of a problem for him as well, but again, not a bigger problem until later on. And Wisepii has also gone for aggression, playing as the Celts. So both of these, their bonus is going to cancel out. Wisepi's goal definitely much more vulnerable. Looks like Wisepie is going to lose a villager here. He doesn't have Loom. And I think he's just barely going to get away here. And Whitecourt's going to wall up his base pretty quickly. This scout should be attacking the villager, trying to prevent the wall. I don't know if they can prevent it long enough, though. These militia, they do move fast. They don't move that fast, though. And the villager is going to get the wall up. But Wisepie did lose a villager here. Whitecourt's going to go ahead in the lead with villager count. And he should continue to do some good harassment here. Big mistake by Wisepie not walling this up in time. And he's only getting Loom right now. So on this top side, Whitecourt definitely taking the lead. However, Wisepie is coming out at the top over here. And is going to start working on this villager. This villager somehow went through the wall. And this wall is going to be incomplete. So we're going to see both players on the top side, both Celts players taking some damage here. On the bottom side, nothing really going on. We see a scout rush from Avicci, but only encountering walls right now. It looks like Noisic has completely walled up, and that's going to be pretty good for him. Whitecourt did lose his scout here, and both players are just going to aim to do a little bit of harassment there. 27 villagers for Wisepie and 24 for Whitecourt. Wizardville. Looks like Wisepie has stabilized a bit. These militia just trying to harass the wood line. Maybe trying to get another kill here. The extra movement speed really helps. And Noisic's going to lose a scout here. Villager difference between Whitecourt and Wisepie. Whitecourt's actually down by 2 villagers right now. Perhaps down 1 villager since he is up a little bit sooner. But either way, it looks like he's in a little bit of a lead here. He's losing one of these guys. Actually, some nice teamwork with Avicci and Wisepie. Getting another villager from Whitecourt. Going to even this out just a little bit here. And it goes to show you how important it is to wall. Thank you for the follow. Not going to get another villager, though. Going to lose a few scouts here. And this is what you have to do in a team game. It's not just a 1v1 on both sides. If you know your opponent is walled, such as Noisic, you have to go to his teammate, which is exactly what Avicci has done. And punishing this this very big mistake of not getting this wall up in time. You have to know that Celts militias are going to be a little faster. You have to prioritize that wall and get it up faster. On the bottom side, I don't think a villager has gone down. I don't see a skeleton, but still doing some good harassment on this wood line. And slowly taking away 10, 20, 30 wood that those villagers could have collected. Castle Age now from Wisepie and Noisic. Whitecourt, he's having some trouble getting up to the next stage. He's actually going to lose another villager here. And I'm going to switch over to Whitecourt's point of view. Whitecourt, he's sitting at 200 food right now. Compare that to Wisepie, who's already up to the Castle Age. Whitecourt's in a lot of trouble here. It goes to show you how much damage this harassment has done. And Whitecourt's going to be in a lot of trouble. On the other hand, Avicci, he's still in Feudal Age, while Noisic has gone up to the next stage. So different civs on each team going up to the next stage. Question is, would you rather have your Mongols go up first, or your Celts go up first? And Whitecourt's not even walled on the top side here. Score difference right now, pretty close game, but it's about 100 in the lead for Avicci and Wisepie, so that's definitely a significant lead. But it's not game deciding. Let's see what the players decide to do with their Castle Age. Noisic doesn't have a military building in this game. Hasn't felt threatened enough, and now he's going to go for straight town centers. Could be very strong as the Mongols. Looks like Whitecourt's going to lose a few militia here. One of your game plans as playing as a civ as the Mongols, you're trying to avoid the weak castle age that you might have, and try to go as quickly as possible into Mangadai, and that's what he's going for right now, going for the heavy boom approach. On the other hand, Wisepii is upgrading to crossbow. He does have military out, could do some damage with this, because of this delaying his second town center a little bit. So he's aiming to do the damage right now, and if he doesn't do the damage right now, Noisic should pull ahead here for his team. Wisepii is going straight for the wood line, could do some great damage here. Whitecourt does have other wood lines, however. And villager numbers, Whitecourt is on 33 vills right now. So not a bad number for him, actually. Might have came back just a little bit here. He will go down a few villagers once he clicks up, though. And there's Avicci. Avicii's going to be the next one to click up to the next stage. So Whitecourt's definitely going to be last here. And he's going to lose yet another villager. This is where Town Watch comes in, can come in so handy. Maybe a little extra line of sight on this house, or on the barracks. There it is, finally. Could have seen this coming. As you can see, the lumber camp can now see the archers. And these palisade walls aren't going to stand for very long if Wisepii starts to target it down. Whitecourt's got a real problem on his hands, especially with a little bit of a hill here, too. This is one of the downsides, though, of Noisic going for a straight boom. Doesn't have any knights to support his ally. Meanwhile, Wisepii is going up to a second town center, definitely behind an economy from Noisic. But I think he should be able to make it up a little bit here by doing some damage. Whitecourt, he's forced to do a tower. I think this is a good move, going for the tower. He's definitely going to have to take some stone, though, or go up with a market for town centers. But he's in survival mode right now. Just needs to survive. And this could be a very good snipe by these just feudal and feudal age skirmishers. Getting a nice sandwich here. Gonna pick off a few crossbows. That's a win anytime. You can take archers and beat crossbows. So nice move from Whitecourt, trying to keep himself in the game. Meanwhile, on the top side, again, Whitecourt not walling the top side. Archers right on top of his gold. Skirmish is going to be the best unit in this situation. Wisepii is finally going up to his third town center. Let's check his villager numbers. He's on 40 villagers right now. While Noisic is on going to be on 55 pretty shortly here. So has Wisepii done enough damage? Meanwhile at home, Avicci, he's also going to 3 town centers. While Whitecourt, he's still stuck in the feudal age. Heavy plow for Avicci, not the most common upgrade you see in early Castle Age. Definitely an upgrade I think is definitely undervalued though. And it's good for a civilization where you're going to be needing a lot of food for those expensive Mangadai upgrades. This is a good massive crossbow right now. Able to have, I think 3 extra range. Can I do math on stream? No, 2 extra range. No, I can't. And that's going to push back these skirmishers for now. Whitecourt's still not up to the next age. Does he have a market? Is he slinging? No. So tough for him right now. He's kind of in that snowball situation where he has to make skirmishers, but skirmishers are delaying him right now to go up to the next age. And perhaps this boom, we'll have to see later on in the game if this boom for Noisic pays off, or he should have gone to help his teammate here. Nice micro from Whitecourt, not going to lose too much yet. But Wisepii should be pushing in here pretty shortly. I think some villagers are going to go down here. First villager goes down. Whitecourt only on 43 villagers, lowest in the game. And he's losing military as well. Trying to close the difference between the distance between the crossbows. But with very little luck here. And once again, Whitecourt gets kicked off his gold. Yeah, I agree. If this was a tournament, Whitecourt would definitely sling. He's going up with the market right now. But he's pretty close to clicking up to the next stage. Anyway, Whitecourt, he's gonna receive a lot of the hurt here. He's still gonna be very behind. Really, Noisic, he needs to take out Avicci pretty soon here. He needs to get his Mangadai out and just completely steamroll him. Noisic, he's going to be on 80 Vils. Avicci, he's behind. He's behind by 20 Vils, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Palisade is going to go down, and this could be a little bit of a trap for Wisepii, though. He's going to get 4 villagers kills here, though. And if he moves out, that's going to be a big win for him. He's getting ballistics as well. It's going to make it even harder for Whitecourt. And if this was a 1v1 right now, you'd see a GG from Whitecourt. Ballistics is just going to be no contest now. Whitecourt, he can't even do what he was doing before, which was dance back and forth. Normally, when he lost only 2 units here, he's going to lose 6 or 7. Noisic, luckily, is up to the Imperial Age. I wonder if he'll be able to do anything with that. And these 2 crossbows in the back are going to be absolutely devastating. Whitecourt's not going to have a wood to take at this point. Anyway, let's stop focusing on Whitecourt. Let's see what Noisic's doing right now. Doesn't have a ton of resources in the bank. He's got a good economy. Going to be building his first castle. One of the big mistakes I usually make with Mongols is I don't get my castles up early enough, and hard to say if Noisic's done that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly a pro. But that's one of the big mistakes I always make. Noisic's going to try to close the distance here. He doesn't have ballistics. Finally up to the castle age. I wonder if he'll be better advised if he got his upgrades first. But I think this is going to go in the favor of Whitecourt. It's so hard to tell. And Whitecourt, you can't run away now. He's got ballistics. I would have just stayed and fought that. Here's Elite Skirmisher upgrade. Elite Skirmisher is an expensive upgrade, but there isn't a lot of skirmishers to upgrade at this point. No need to look at Whitecourt. He's already dead. We've already had the funeral for him. You know, what's the point? Here's the second castle from Noisic. Is Avicci going to be able to defend this? I have to think so. On the other hand, Wisepii isn't up to the next age yet. He's got a healthy economy, got a lot of farms going. Will be very good for Woad Raiders. But he's not going to be at that stage right now. And if Noisic and Whitecourt want to win this game, they need to win it. Noisic needs to do significant damage within maybe the next 5 minutes here. But this is his chance. Let's see the power of the Mongols.
Yes.
You know, if there's one unit that can pull this game back, it's going to be the Elite Mangadai. Probably the strongest unit in the game. And these walls not going to go up. This is too late for Avicci to wall. You should know how much damage Wisepii is doing. All you need to do is survive. You should have walled a little bit earlier. You know, just to slow it down a little bit. It's kind of a hard wall, though, with the ice. Anyway, if Noisic pulls this back, you're going to be seeing an amazing comeback. Very smart. Extremely smart. Placing these stone walls here on this hill, trying to get the castle not on top of the hill. I can't tell if the castle's on top of the hill right now. Here comes Imperial Age from Avicci. Let's switch to Avicii's point of view. Doesn't have enough stone for a castle. Is he plopping one down right now? This is a big deal. Doesn't have a castle right now. There's no other unit. Well, actually, he has a castle on the top side. I wonder why he hasn't made it yet. Okay, he's going to finish it now. He absolutely has to win this Treb battle. And he has to win it big. Whitecourt, he's just defending with Elite Skirmishers right now. Celts not going to be able to do anything in the Castle Age with crossbows. But maybe just as I say that, maybe he does some raiding. There's actually a mangonel here to defend. Very smart. And second castle from Noisic. You have to be aggressive with these castles. If you lose the castles, you lose the game. But if you don't put the castles forward, you have no chance of winning the game. And here's Elite Mangudai. Great thing about Elite Mangudai, though, they're great at sniping trebs. Avicii, he's making Elite Mangudai, but he only has one castle right now and no Mangudai. I think Avicii's in a big problem right now. This could be potentially a big problem for this team. And if you look at the scores right now, only 200 difference here. Avicii's made the classic problem of not making enough castles early enough, I feel. Wisepii is paying a little bit of food over to Avicii. So Wisepii is going to be slinging here. He's up to the Imperial Age. Actually, he's not. He's going to Imperial Age. And when you see some Woad Raiders from Wisepii, that can take him back, bring him back in the game. Very nice walls from Noisic. This is extremely smart. Just a lot of smart plays from Noisic. Yeah, suddenly it's a super interesting game. Wasn't so close to that a while ago. And, Mangudai can do so much damage to his villagers. Basically, they're just like machine guns. Just mowing down villagers. Castles are only on the top. They're not really protecting the farm economy. And the Mangudai already have basically all their upgrades. Just chemistry coming in now. And yeah, it's a really interesting game. I don't know how much damage Woad Raiders can do against Mangudai looking forward. And I would bet you in just a few minutes here, Noisic and Whitecourt should retake the score lead here. Elite Mangudai are done, but there's not a massive Elite Mangudai at all. And send your Mangudai to the town center. Try to kill as many villagers as possible. Looks like the villagers are going to escape, but that could have been 15 dead villagers right there. And if you're Noisic, why not target the castles? I'll tell you why, because he's getting so many villager kills here. That's funny, Patawi. So you feel like one team has a big advantage, but you don't know which team has a big advantage. Looks like Noisic's strategy of going for the boom instead of helping his opponent might have paid off here. Whitecourt, why not just finish your walls just a little bit? Prevent some Woad Raider raids in the future. Just a little bit of stonewall goes a long way. And Noisic, you have to be quick. You have to try to kill as much as possible and then move on to Wisepii as well. Before he gets too strong. Look how fast these Mangudai fire. It's not even realistic. This guy dies in 5 minutes versus post-imp Mongols, yeah. That's how it works. A little bit of pause in the game right now. Siege Rim done from Noisic. That's a big upgrade. Gonna help clear out some of these buildings. I think you have to prioritize taking down these castles before Avicii gets too many Elite Mangudai out. This is hilarious how fast they fire. Going a little bit too fast here. What has Wisepii done? He's getting Siege Onager now. He's choosing not to go into Woad Raiders. I think that's a very good idea. I don't think Woad Raiders, even with their speed, are going to be able to get within range of the Mangudai. Rhino is saying terrible play. I don't know if it's terrible play. And a post-imp Mongols player is just going to be so strong. It's kind of expected. And Wisepii, he did his job on the top side. Avicii, he went for that Scout Rush. By going for the Scout Rush, he delayed his Castle Age, but he also did some more damage onto Whitecourt, but it might have not been worth it. So maybe he should have prioritized killing the Mongol player. Or at least staying even with him on the boom. But that didn't happen. Could see some huge Siege Onager shots. Couldn't change the game. But we're not going to see it right now. Will be a good counter to the Siege Rim, however. And first castle going down from Noisic. He's left with one castle left. 2 castles left. My bad. 3 castles left. If I was Wisepie, I'd probably going to be tributing my stone over to Avicii. How's Whitecourt doing? He's got a good boom going now. He's up to 99 vils. I'm going to switch over to his point of view, see if he's slinging. Looks like he is. He doesn't have a lot of food, unless he's spending it all on villagers. He's actually going to Imperial Age. There we go. Fur Celtica for Wisepie. And Pikeman. I don't know if Pikeman's going to be able to do anything. Maybe he's anticipating Hussar. But the key is just going to be these siege onagers here. I agree, Avicii should know he's too far behind to boom race, but I think he was counting on Wisepie doing maybe a little bit more damage with his crossbow, and perhaps getting army out a little bit sooner. This still could work out for them, though. They are 300 points in the score lead at this point. So don't act like this game is over. Trebs are firing on top of this castle. They're not very well defended, though. Noisic playing tons of resources over to Whitecourt. So Whitecourt's going to be in this game very shortly, and he should be going with Woad Raider, I feel. Has plenty of access to stone. Huge shit on 100 shots! I can't believe I missed him! I can't believe I missed him! Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm such a failure. But that could absolutely change the course of this game now. I'd like to see the mem booms in the chat. Unfortunately, it looks like my phone died, so I won't be able to see it. Huge siege honor shots. That could change around the game. Now, 600 score points in the lead for Wisepie and Avicii. Looks like they will lose another castle, though. And there's no more Mangadai left for Noisic. What that means is these Mangadai can run under and snipe off these Trebs, stop the damage. Is Whitecourt back in this game, though? And is Woad Raiders going to be enough here? He's getting tracking, scale mail armor. He's got a few Woad Raiders out. Going to take a little bit of time to get the +4 armor on him. He's going for Onager as well. This is going to be an interesting game. And I don't think this game's going to end soon. Again, another smart move by Noisic. He keeps making the smart moves, except for the big micro mistake. Which I can imagine you're going crazy in the chat. I wish I could see. But smart move by Noisic. He's going to take all of the gold of Avicii. And that should give him a good advantage going a little bit later into the game. Players will have to start trade pretty soon here. And Noisic is taking control of the bottom left corner, so they could win the game that way. Forget what I said about Noisic having no army. Here's his army now. And let's compare armies. 55 army, and Avicii is on about 15 less army here. Siege Onager being done from Whitecourt and plate mail armor. Look at how many Onagers are so exposed here. This Woad Raider should be able to see it. I hope Whitecourt sends some more. And it looks like he's going to run right past these Onagers. Somehow Avicii's castle is still staying up. It looks like the trebuchets did go down, maybe to some Mangadai of Avicii. Light Cavalry going to be a good choice here. Hald's also going to be a good choice. Both civs playing to their strengths. And Siege Onagers is going to be coming in momentarily now. Big mess of Siege Onagers and Elite Mangadai. Problem with Siege Onagers, though, is they're not very good against castles. Even with the extra HP. Killing most of his own halves here. That's kind of hilarious. And Noisic is stabilizing here on this right side. My bad. Avicii's stabilizing just a little bit on this right side. Still has his castles up. His castles are critical. And Avicii trying to do some damage here. Very nice stone walls from Whitecourt. Finally getting the stone walls up. I'm going to try to push on this top side and take control of the stone. And if you look at access to resources in this game, Noisic and Whitecourt definitely have more access to resources. And you're looking for every little advantage you can possibly have in this game right now. This combo, though, of Siege Onager and Mangudai is going to be basically impossible to stop, even with a few Halbs spread in there. I wonder, though. It looks like this castle will stay up, though. And that's such a big deal here. Huge Onager shots. I keep missing all the big Onager shots. And Siege Rams are going to move into castles. Siege Rams are pretty good against castles. There's your pro fact of the day. Looks like the Siege Rams are going to go down to a few Woad Raiders, but more Siege Rams are coming in. Doesn't look like they have drill quite yet. And on the bottom side, Wisepii and Avicci still stabilizing. They do need a corner for trade, though. That's their biggest problem, I feel, right now. And here comes some more Siege Rams. We do have 2 Siege Onagers in the back here trying to defend, though. Avicii starting trade. Where is he trading from, though? Here's one of the markets. I can't imagine where these players are starting trade. Looks though Wisepii is trying, and Avicii are trying to take control of this bottom side. They'll have to go through 2 castles to do so. And, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I keep missing these. 1 castle going down from Whitecourt. Looks like Noisic's army is still standing. Here's Siege Ram from Whitecourt. And now topside stabilizing. Castle coming down from Whitecourt. It's a risky castle, especially with Siege Rams. I think this is going to get taken out immediately, and I think it's a bad choice of where to place your castles. And as long as these 2 castles stand for Noisic, I think they will win this game, just due to the trade route. Woad Raiders and Elite Mangudai, definitely very different unit compositions here. We have Halb and Siege Onager from Wisepii. He never transitioned into Woad Raider. Thank you for the follow. And Woad Raiders, they do cost a little bit of gold. Let's see how much gold Wisepii has. He has 100 gold. That's nothing. And again, I think this is what's going to lose them the game here. Just not having access to a good trade route. Castle surprisingly did stay up, and now they're pushing on the right side. So many Siege Rams. Choo-choo! 405 health on these Siege Rams. Extra attack rate. Bottom side, nothing's happening, really. And there's the GG. Just being forced in a corner. Noisic and Whitecourt having access to more resources. And it looks like Noisic making the best play here by going just straight for the boom and showing us how powerful the Mongols can truly be. Just with a little bit of advantage over Avicii. And Wisepii, playing as the Celts, wasn't able to do too much to stop the Mongols, I feel. Got some really good Siege Onager shots, which unfortunately I missed. But other than that, not able to actually do any damage. There's no raiding potential of Siege Onagers. So very good game. Let's take a look at the achievements here. Military stats, best KD goes to Noisic, it looks like. Whitecourt had a tough time in this game, but eventually pulled back his KD ratio. Best economy to Noisic, he had the best boom. That's not surprising at all. Whitecourt actually with the most stone collected. Blah, blah, blah. Just 2 minutes and 50 seconds Imperial time made all the difference in the world. Blah, blah, some relic golds. And the timeline's a little bit crazy here. You can see the big power spike from Noisic right about at this point. Pushing into his base. Avicii going downhill here. And Whitecourt having a tough time, especially in this middle part here. So, very good game.